Hello and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Ness and I like to talk about books. The postman woke me up today because he was delivering my Illumicrate box and I am so excited. This feels honestly like a Christmas day, and that's for two reasons. Usually Illumicrate go all out in November because November is their anniversary month, and two, because the book in this is one that I've really wanted and it's been one of my most anticipated reads for this year. So there was no way I was skipping this box, and I've been looking forward to getting this for quite a number of months now. I haven't really spoken a lot about how I've been really looking forward to this box because I didn't want to jinx it, and even then I've been getting messages about how people have seen others unbox this and they think I'm gonna love it. So that makes me even more excited, but I'm trying to calm the hype. Going into a box too overly excited is really bad, but I'm getting like butterflies. I'm that genuinely excited. So the theme for this month is anti-hero. I've been trying to rein myself in already with filming this to be like, no Taylor Swift puns, no Taylor Swift references. I love the concept of anti-hero for a box. The characters that I think are so interesting, memorable, and you always end up rooting for them. I tried. I tried, but it's so true. I'm not going to look at the inside because I like to guess what the fandoms are and what the item is as I'm going along. I can't. I'm just too excited. And for anybody that is new, I'm very short-sighted, so I can't actually see what's in my viewfinder. I just see colours. So I'm gonna go with something here. Okay, so this is another Rosy Thorns mug. They have cut down on these for this year to try and save costs, but there was getting a lot anyway, and if you were collecting these, I don't know where you were storing them. You would need half your kitchen to store them. This one is called Intermission, and I'm guessing that this is based on maybe the Murderbot series or some sci-fi book that they've had this year. I don't think we've had a sci-fi mug though so far, so this is different. Oh, this is definitely Murderbot, and I really like this. This is actually one of my favourites because it's so different and the art on it is really well done. The only thing I would say for these mugs, what would make them just stand out even better, but obviously they can't go back and change it now, is I would have loved for them to have the title either like painted on in here or on the bottom, just so like if you've got a collection of them you can remember what they all are in case you're not like a massively avid reader but you just like to collect the mugs. I think the art on this is probably one of the best that we've had in this, and it's just so perfect. It says on it here, the rise and fall of the sanctuary moon. I was quite indifferent about getting another Rosy Thorns mug if I'm honest, but this one has just, it sealed the deal. This is perfect. I did give away a Rosy Thorns mug in an item box that I just shipped to someone. I do have an ongoing competition where I just add people who say they want to be added into this ongoing giveaway of getting item boxes that are brand new. I don't use them, I just put them in boxes and ship them off to people in the UK. So if you are a subscriber and you haven't ever commented that you want to be added into that ongoing giveaway, I'll leave the details in my description. But this is one I will be keeping. So far, a great start for November. That robot is definitely an anti-hero. They are like one of the most sarcastic characters I've ever read, but I like them. I'd hate to know them in real person though. I think I've picked up like a little item. This is hanging ornament inspired by Nettle and Bone. They did one of these in last year's box where they had like this really nice Christmas tree ornament, and I really liked it. I think it's like a great idea for now, but I haven't actually read Nettle and Bone. But what I do like is that this one actually has the Illumicrate logo on. I don't actually have my own Christmas tree, but I will be keeping this because even though it's inspired by a book that I've not read, this could be literally anything, and I just really like the design of it. I think it's so different to what everybody else is putting on their tree. So this I actually love. I just wish we had more than one. If we had like a little bit of a set based around like bookish things, that would be really cool. And I would actually love for that to be one of the bigger items. Like I would sacrifice something for that. 2 for 2 items so far. I'm loving this box. And it's really cohesive. It's quite dark as well. This looks different. I have no idea what this is. It opens. I feel like there has to be more to it because it's quite thick. I need to give up for this one and actually see what this is. Okay, so this is a foldable bag. I just need to kind of like pull this apart, I guess. Oh, here we go. So I'm not sure what this is inspired by, but I can see here it says the Night Market. I'm not very like much a fan of the design, but I think I will actually use this, even though this feels kind of like a really cheap Very cheaply made bag, but for its massive size, it's perfect for just folding up and putting in your regular handbag if you pop to the shops unexpectedly, which I find myself doing so much nowadays. And I can kind of see like the logic in having this for like people going to do their Christmas shopping. I just wish the design was a little bit more bookish, but it's going with this dark theme. I'm seeing this dark theme and I do appreciate a theme. So this is inspired by the Stardust Thief. I can kind of see that. The night market, I can see why they've gone with that actually. I can see why they've picked that and why they've picked the design market shopping. I get it. I'm not looking forward to having to wrap this back up though. But it is something I can totally see me using, and to give it more props than the ornament that I do like, which I will be barely using, I need to give this more credit, I think. And I think that means there's only going to be one item left. Wow, these bookends look so much like the ones that Fairy did for Gideon the Ninth, but they were in white. If these are Gideon as well, bear in mind after I filmed that, I was told that they'd put the wrong Roman numerals on for those bookends. I think that's so funny. But these feel like really well made. I don't think they're Gideon, but they are really, really cool. They say on them one flesh, one end, and they feel incredibly well made. And one thing that they have on the bottom, which the Fairy ones don't, is they actually have like these stoppers on the bottom which make them more grippy for your shelves. I would definitely trust these a lot more than the Fairy ones, but I don't know what they're inspired by. One flesh, one end. They are Gideon the Ninth. How has that happened? How have both Fairy and Illumicrate both done Gideon the Ninth bookends? Which one do I like more? Clearly I've never used these because they're still joined together. But I will definitely have a use for them because I want to redo my shelves. I want to get rid of bookcases altogether. Ooh, I think I actually prefer the Fairy ones, but the Illumicrate ones feel better made. But how have they both gone with the same design and the same fandom? I bet Illumicrate was kicking themselves when they saw these coming out. But anyone who missed out on the Fairy ones that only has an Illumicrate subscription, I guess, is going to be like really happy with this. I do feel like I have more than enough bookends between both of these subscriptions now. So in terms of the items, I really love the mug. Honestly, the mug is my favourite Rosy Thorns mug, so I don't mind getting the items for this box. I'm going to use the bag. I love the bookends. I think the items are really good. I've had better by Illumicrate. I've definitely had better, but this has been well themed. I love the darkness, so I'm not mad at it. I'm happy, but it all comes down to the book now. This book is shorter than I thought it was going to be. Oh, that's sad. I really love that they come bubble wrapped. I just missed the bags as well. I'm thinking in my head about what the normal edition looks like. Is it a colour change? I don't know. It feels quite shiny. I was not expecting this. Wow. So they have done this before. This is the second time that Illumicrate has done this type of cover. It's so impressive. So the book is Starling House by Alex E. Harrow, and Alex E. Harrow is an author that I have read one book of and really enjoyed. It was one of my favourite reads of all time. So this one was on my radar because I wanted to read something else by the same author. But I'm going to talk about the book after I look at the design, and I just need to take in how beautiful this is and how different it is. I was just expecting a colour change. This has wowed me. I've tried to find on my shelves the other book that they did like this, and I'm pretty sure that was like a November book as well. I'm sure it was. It was some autumn time. I can't find it, obviously. I have too many books. But this is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I just wasn't expecting anything this great. Okay, oh, this edition is stunning. There's digitally printed edges which really go with this edition. Oh my god. They are so pretty. This is so good. So the hardback of the book is really beautiful as well. I really love when they do this with buildings as well, where they show it and it's kind of like a normal house. And then you turn it around and the house is there, but there's just something different about it. The moon is gone and you can see all these graves here. I just love that, and it makes me really excited. I love books, especially fantasy books, where there's something about a house, where the house is like this central driving point of the plot. Although I did read Gallant recently and I wasn't particularly a fan of that, so I'm really after a good book that has that sort of vibe. So the end papers are really, really well done as well. They're not like amazing, outstanding, but they fit the theme of the book, they fit the colour scheme, and I really like them. Illumicrate usually do the same on the back, and they have. I think that's one thing that I must give props to Fairyloot for, is they always make an effort to make two different end papers, and Illumicrate tend to just have one that they put on the front and the back. And I've just realised, actually, I totally missed this, but it's actually dotted with gold foiling on this. That's cute. So this book isn't signed by the author, which is disappointing, but I'm not mad at it because we've got such a nice special edition. But if there is one book that I wanted to be signed this year, it was this one. So the book that I read by Alex E. Harrow was The 10,000 Doors of January, which is such a good book. If you like books with portal magic and about finding your family, the love in it is just so beautiful. If you haven't read it, please go look at it. Go check it out. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description. You've got no excuses. The premise of this book sounds really good. The main character is called Opal and she lives in the town of Eden. And everyone in Eden is aware of this big standalone house, and stories about this house are passed down through generations, and everybody agrees that this house is best left alone, along with the reclusive air of the property. The house is seen to have really bad luck, but Opal has the opportunity to work at the house, and she sees this as a way of making some money to help her brother leave town, and also for her to have the opportunity to dig up the secrets of the house and the family. I'm really hoping that this gives me what Gallant really lacked. I thought Illumicrate did a really cracking job with this box. Anti-Hero, I think they got that down really right as well. I can't wait to read this book with a big cup of tea. I've heard it's going to get frosty next week, so that is my plan. I don't think I've ever picked up an Illumicrate book and read it straight away, but I'm actually going to do that with this one. I'm never going to get my current Illumicrate reading vlog done, am I? But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts were on this box, and please let me know what you're reading right now and whether you'd recommend it. I hope everyone's well in the run up to Christmas. Take care, and I will see you in my next video, which should be a wrap up. Bye guys.